The most dangerous drug of the 21st century doesn't come in a pill. It leaks through a 6-inch glowing screen. Billions of people around the world are currently part of the same silent operation. Modern-day subjects, retreated into their rooms, faces illuminated only by the cold blue light of a screen. Every time your thumb slides across that glass surface, you are losing a little more of your free will. This is not a coincidence. This is a systematic war waged against human biology by the most advanced laboratories in Silicon Valley. Today, we will examine how the human mind has been transformed into a massive digital apparatus. Welcome to the dopamine trap, the last experiment on humanity. The story began in 1954 with a laboratory error. Scientists James Olds and Peter Milner discovered a region in the rat's brain known as the nucleus accumbens, or the pleasure center. They provided a mechanism. Every time the rat pressed a lever, a wave of pleasure was transmitted directly to its brain. The results were devastating. The rat abandoned feeding, drinking, and social interaction entirely. It pressed that lever 2,000 times an hour until its physical strength failed. It did not stop until it died of starvation and exhaustion. The rat chose a fake electrical spark over the reality of life. Today, that mechanism rests in your palm as a smartphone screen. And modern humans are living inside a cage far more complex than that laboratory. Digital systems are not built solely on pleasure. They utilize the power of uncertainty. B.F. Skinner's research on pigeons forms the foundation of this system. Skinner proved that if a subject knows they will receive a reward every time they perform an action, they eventually lose motivation. However, if the reward comes at random intervals, the subject becomes obsessed with the action. The infinite scroll feature on social media platforms is exactly this variable ratio reinforcement system. Not knowing what the next piece of content will be puts your brain into a gambler's mode. You are not consuming content. You are a subject waiting for the algorithm's next move. This process is not just a mental habit, it is physical destruction. Modern neuroscience has reached terrifying findings when examining the brains of heavy digital users. The white matter in the prefrontal cortex, the center of decision-making and focus, physically deteriorates during this process. MRI scans show that this damage is nearly identical to the deformation seen in the brains of long-term drug addicts. As the brain's reward threshold rises, the real world turns gray. Reading a book, taking a nature walk, or engaging in a deep conversation becomes insufficient to satisfy the brain. Your neurons are physically reconfigured with every scroll. Silicon Valley executives strictly forbid their own children from using these technologies. They know how the mechanism works. They are outside the lab while you are inside. When this video ends, the algorithm will make a new move to maintain your attention. Your brain, like that rat, will want to press the lever one more time to feel that fake spark of pleasure once again. The solution is not to abandon technology, but to reclaim control of your will. Endure the 60 seconds of silence that will follow when this screen turns off. You will either continue to be a data point in this experiment, or you will choose to be the master of your own mind. The decision is in your hands.